In this video, I'll reveal 25 secrets Maine Coon breeders don't want you to know. These aren't just pets, they're genetic marvels. What you'll learn will change how you see your cat forever. Meet Sarah from Ohio. One night she heard strange bird-like chirping sounds from her kitchen. She didn't own a bird. Her security camera captured something baffling. Her Maine Coon, Leo, wasn't just playing with his water bowl, he was talking to it, using a complex series of trills and chirps that animal behaviorists are now studying. Sarah's story isn't unique. Thousands of owners report similar mysteries. This isn't normal cat behavior. This is something else entirely. Stay with me to find out why. Point 1. Their DNA isn't just feline, it's Viking. But wait, aren't they the official cat of Maine? Forget what you've been told. The most accepted theory is that their ancestors were not American barn cats, but seafaring warriors. We're talking about Norwegian forest cats brought on Viking longships 1,000 years ago. These cats landed in New England and bred with local felines. Genetic studies confirm a link between Maine Coons and these Scandinavian cats, suggesting your fluffy giant isn't just a pet, it's a descendant of Norse explorers. Point 2. They almost vanished forever. Today, they're one of the most popular breeds, but in the 1950s, the Maine Coon was declared extinct. The rise of Persian cats made these gentle giants unfashionable. Breeders abandoned them. For a time, it was believed no purebreds were left. A small group of dedicated breeders formed the Central Maine Cat Club and literally saved them from disappearing from history. Every single Maine Coon alive today is a direct descendant of the few survivors from that desperate conservation effort. Point 3. The Marie Antoinette escape plan. The Viking story is wild, but what about royalty? Another legend claims these cats are descendants of French nobility. Before she was executed, Marie Antoinette arranged an escape to America. The plan failed, but the ship, loaded with her prized possessions, including 6 of her favorite long-haired Turkish Angora cats, sailed anyway and landed in Maine. Her cats were set free and, according to the legend, became the foundation for the Maine Coon breed. Point 4. They're built like toddlers. Male Maine Coons can easily weigh 25 pounds. But that's nothing. The Guinness World Record holder, an Italian cat named Baravel, measured an astonishing 47.2 inches long. Before him, a cat named Stewie was 48.5 inches. That's 4 feet long, bigger than most bobcats. This isn't a fluke, it's evolution. Scientists call it Bergmann's rule. In colder climates, animals evolve larger bodies to conserve heat. Their size is a survival tool engineered by centuries of brutal New England winters. Point 5. Their extra toes were a superpower. Originally, up to 40% of Maine Coons were polydactyl, meaning they had extra toes. Why? Those extra digits gave them a wider, more stable base, acting like natural snowshoes on icy ship decks and providing a better grip. Why? Those extra digits gave them a wider, more stable base, acting like natural snowshoes on icy ship decks and providing a better grip. It was a clear evolutionary advantage. But here's the secret. Modern cat show standards disqualify polydactyl cats, calling it a defect. For the sake of aesthetics, breeders nearly eliminated a trait that nature perfected for survival. Point 6. Their fur is high-tech outerwear. Their coat isn't just fur, it's a 3-layer, all-weather survival suit. It has a dense, soft undercoat for insulation, a middle layer of longer hairs, and a glossy, waterproof topcoat that repels rain and snow. Water literally beads up and rolls off. This natural Gore-Tex evolved because they historically hunted in and around Maine's cold rivers and streams. Nature engineered this perfect waterproof system millions of years before humans invented it. Point 7. They are genetically dog-like. You hear they act like dogs, but the reason is shocking. It's not just a personality quirk, it's in their genes. Research from UC Davis found Maine Coons have a higher oxytocin response, the love hormone, when interacting with humans than other cats. They play fetch, come when called, and can be leash-trained. This isn't learned behavior. Their DNA is hardwired for stronger human-animal bonds, making them, genetically, the most dog-like cat in the world. Point 8. Their whiskers are biological radar systems. Maine Coon whiskers can grow over 6 inches long, the longest of any domestic cat. These aren't just for show. They're highly sensitive sensory tools called vibrissae, packed with nerves. They act like biological radar, detecting tiny changes in air currents to navigate in total darkness and pinpoint prey with terrifying accuracy. Your cat isn't just looking at you. Its whiskers are constantly scanning and mapping the entire room in 3D. Point 9. Those ear tufts are sound amplifiers. The adorable tufts on their ears aren't just for looks. They're precision-engineered acoustic amplifiers. These lynx tips function like tiny satellite dishes, capturing and funneling sound waves into the ear canal. This gives them superior hearing, especially for the high-frequency squeaks of rodents. It's a dual-purpose survival gear, part hunting tool, part natural earmuff to protect from debris and snow. Point 10. They speak a secret language. Maine Coons don't meow like other cats. They chirp and trill. Behaviorists believe this is a specialized vocalization developed to mimic their prey, like birds and rodents, allowing them to communicate without scaring off a meal. But here's the unbelievable part. Researchers have identified over 15 distinct chirp patterns used exclusively to communicate with humans. They have different chirps for hello, I'm hungry, and play with me. Your cat isn't just making noise, it's speaking a unique dialect. It developed just for you. Point 11. They have the longest kittenhood. Most cat breeds are fully mature by 1 year. A Maine Coon? They don't stop growing until they are 3 to 5 years old. This incredibly slow maturation is linked to their massive size, allowing their bones and muscles to develop properly. This means you have a giant cat with the playful, chaotic energy of a kitten for years. This extended adolescence also makes them more trainable and adaptable for a longer period of their lives. Point 12. Their paws are patented snowshoes. Look at their paws. They are huge, round, and tufted with fur between the toes. This isn't an accident. The large surface area distributes their weight, allowing them to walk on top of deep snow without sinking. The fur tufts provide insulation from the frozen ground and extra grip on ice. Researchers compared the design to human-made snowshoes and found the weight distribution principles were nearly identical. Your indoor cat has feet perfectly evolved for hunting in blizzards. Point 13. They are obsessed with water. Most cats hate water because their fur gets waterlogged and cold, but Maine Coons actively seek it out. Thanks to their waterproof coat, they don't get soaked. This trait comes from a history of hunting fish and other prey near rivers. It's a deeply ingrained genetic instinct from their semi-aquatic ancestors. Point 14. They were America's first show cats. Long before the internet made cats famous, Maine Coons were winning competitions. A brown tabby named Cozy won the Best in Show at the very first major American cat show held at Madison Square Garden in 1895. In an era before breed standards were formalized, these rugged American cats were already celebrities, paving the way for the entire world of competitive cat fancy. Point 15. Their tail is a multi-tool. A Maine Coon's tail can be up to 16 inches long. It's not just for looks, it's a survival tool. In extreme cold, they wrap it around their face and body like a built-in scarf and blanket for extra insulation. It also acts as a rudder and counterweight for balance when they're climbing or navigating narrow spaces. That giant fluffy tail is a marvel of evolutionary engineering. Point 16. Record-breaking longevity. But size is one thing, time is another. For a large breed, their lifespan is shocking. Maine Coons often live past 15 years, with many reaching their early 20s. The record holder, a cat named Rubble, who lived to be an incredible 31 years old. That's nearly 150 in human years. Scientists believe their mixed ancestry and lack of intense inbreeding gave them a robust immune system and superior genetic health that defies the usual big animal, short life rule. Point 17. They know your name and your friends' names. A 2019 study in Japan confirmed that cats can recognize their own names. Maine Coons in the study scored significantly higher than other breeds. They can distinguish their name even when spoken by a stranger or mixed with similar-sounding words. Anecdotal evidence from owners suggests they go even further, learning the names of other household members and pets and responding to them. Their brain is simply wired differently for processing social and language cues. Point 18. They have a shocking health advantage. Here's the secret breeders don't broadcast. While they can be prone to certain genetic issues like hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, research from UC Davis Veterinary Genetics revealed something amazing. Maine Coons carry genetic variants linked to enhanced kidney and cardiovascular function compared to other purebreds. Their bodies evolved to be big and optimized their organ function to support that mass, giving them a unique biological advantage against common feline diseases. Point 19. The hypoallergenic myth is terrifyingly complicated. Breeders may tell you they are hypoallergenic. This is dangerously false. No cat is truly hypoallergenic. However, here's the twist. Studies suggest that due to their unique genetic diversity, the amount of FeL-D1 can vary dramatically from one Maine Coon to another. However, here's the twist. Studies suggest that due to their unique genetic diversity, the amount of FeL-D1 can vary dramatically from one Maine Coon to another. So while the breed isn't safe for allergy sufferers, some individuals might produce fewer allergens, creating a false sense of security. It's a game of genetic roulette for allergy sufferers. Point 20. They were worth thousands of dollars in the 1800s. Before they were show cats, they were elite pest control. 19th century farmers paid premium prices for them because of their legendary hunting skills. Their size allowed them to take down prey other cats couldn't, like rats and squirrels. Historical records show a single Maine Coon could clear a barn of dozens of rodents in a day. To a farmer whose livelihood depended on his grain stores, a good coon cat was an investment worth its weight in gold. Point 21. They can open doors and your fridge. Their intelligence goes beyond simple commands. Maine Coons are notorious problem solvers. Owners regularly report their cats figuring out how to open lever-handled doors, turn on faucets, and even open cabinet and refrigerator doors. A study in animal cognition found they demonstrate an advanced understanding of cause and effect. This isn't just a clever trick, it's a sign of high-level cognitive function that few other breeds possess. Point 22. They were circus performers. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, their massive size and high trainability made Maine Coons popular attractions in traveling circuses and vaudeville shows. They could be trained to perform tricks, walk tightropes, and interact with large crowds, something most cats would never tolerate. These shows actually helped save the breed by keeping them in the public eye when their popularity with breeders was declining. Point 23. Their roar is a tiny squeak. For a cat that looks like a miniature lion, their voice is comically small. Their main vocalizations are the quiet chirps and trills we talked about. This contrast between their formidable size and their delicate bird-like voice is one of the breed's most charming and baffling characteristics. It's a giant warrior with the voice of a songbird. Point 24. The raccoon myth is biologically impossible. Let's finally put the oldest myth to bed. The name coon and their bushy ringed tail led to the folktale that they were a crossbreed of a cat and a raccoon. This is 100% genetically impossible. Cats and raccoons are not only different species, but belong to entirely different biological families. While it's a fun story, the reality of their Viking and seafaring ancestry is far more incredible. Point 25. They choose one person. While they are friendly and social with the whole family, Maine Coons often choose one specific person as their human. They will form an incredibly strong, almost inseparable bond with this individual, following them from room to room and showing them a level of affection and loyalty that is truly unique in the cat world. If a Maine Coon chooses you, you haven't just gained a pet. You've been accepted by a descendant of Vikings, royalty, and survivors. So let's recap the mystery. They carry the DNA of Viking explorers. They were saved from extinction by a handful of loyalists. They can grow to be 4 feet long, speak a secret language of chirps, and have built-in snowshoes and waterproof coats. They're not just cats. They are walking, purring pieces of history designed by nature to be the ultimate survivors. They are genetic marvels lounging in your living room. And for my final question, tell me in the comments below the absolute weirdest, most unexplainable thing your Maine Coon has ever done.